Srimad Bhagavatam 11.9.15 Griharambho hi dukkhaya vifalascha dhruvatmanah sarpah parakritam veshma pravishya sukhamedhate. Griharambho in griha, in the household life, arambha, endeavor, dukkhaya, the endeavor ends in misery. What endeavor? Vifalascha dhruvatmanah. Vifalash. One tries to in householder life make a permanent house, make a happy house. Vifalascha dhruvatmana, but it is vifala, it is futile because adhruvatmanaha. Things in this world are temporary. Sarpah parakritam veshma. Sarpah, just like a snake. Parakritam, made by someone else. Veshma, home. Pravishya sukhamedhate. The snake enters into that house. Pravishya sukham edhate, and becomes happy. So this verse is telling what the Avadhut Brahmana learned from the snake, and he says that the snake does not build its own house. A snake, no, it sometimes stays in a hole in the ground that has been burrowed by nature or by some other creature, or it stays in a hollow in the tree that has been made by some other bird or something like that. So it just enters there and then it lives comfortably there without making any endeavor. And similarly, materialistic people work very hard to try to enjoy material life and to create very facilities for enjoying material life. However, adhruvatmanaha, because material life is ultimately temporary and the pleasures within it are also temporary, so therefore it all ends in frustration, it all ends in misery. Vifalash, dukkham is futile, vifala, and therefore dukkham, it brings misery. So essentially this verse states that the materialistic people, whatever facilities they create, they go waste. At the same time, just as a snake uses the residence created by others, similarly, the wise people can use the facilities created by the materialists for constructive purposes. So Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Thakur explains that in his commentary that materialists may work very hard for creating facilities, but devotees can use those facilities for glorifying Krishna. And because the devotees are serving Krishna, through using of those facilities, devotees experience spiritual happiness. Whereas materialistic people don't experience any happiness because they are working for material purposes and the material pleasures are temporary. So any happiness means any substantial happiness. They will experience some happiness, but it is insubstantial. So this brings us to an important point that sometimes people criticize devotees that you condemn technology and then you use technology yourself. You condemn materialists and then you use the products which are made by materialists. Here, to understand that actually, first of all, it is not that devotees condemn technology per se. What devotees condemn is that which is anything that takes us away from Krishna. So if technology infatuates and takes us away from Krishna, then technology is to be, we have to be cautious about it. And it deserves to be, warnings deserve to be given about its potential misuse. So the criticism is for anything that takes us away from Krishna. And even materialism itself is not to be criticized, because we do have a material side, and material welfare is also important. But materialism usually is used in a way to imply that the material side is our entire side, and we don't have anything beyond material side. And so when the material side gains monopoly on our desires, gains monopoly on our aspirations, and even it gains monopoly in our conception of existence, then we starve ourselves spiritually, and then we suffer. So such materialism is condemned. So at the material level, if materialistic people create some facilities, for example, say materialistic scientists create some technology, and devotees use the technology in Krishna's service, is it double standard that we are condemning what we can use, what we are eventually using? First of all, we are not condemning it per se, we are condemning its misuse and its potential for misuse. So when we use it properly for sharing spiritual wisdom, then it is not misuse, it is not double standard at all, it is being used properly. And secondly, as devotees, we can look deeper and see that even the materialists who have made the technology, that the intelligence for making that has come from Krishna only. So we are using for Krishna what has come from Krishna. Although it may have manifested through a medium, through that is the materialistic people who are non-devotional and who are intending to use it for non-devotional purposes. So by going to the roots, we can see that everything is meant for Krishna, everything is coming from Krishna, and we should use everything for the service of Krishna. In this way, we can live harmoniously and happily. So, should devotees, just like a snake doesn't endeavor to create its own home, should devotees not endeavor to do material things at all? No, not like that. We see Arjuna labored tirelessly to become an archer and then use the skill of archery in Krishna's service. But it was not that while learning archery, he postponed his devotion. He said first archery, then devotion. No. That devotion was a constant in his life, even while he was learning archery and even while he was practicing archery. So, we don't have to endeavor at the material level so much as to have no time or energy left for our devotional life. And if some material endeavor can be used for glorifying Krishna, then devotees can work tirelessly for that. But otherwise, there is no need for devotees to reinvent the wheel just because the wheel was first invented by materialists. Whatever is invented, whatever is available, use it. It's like Srila Prabhupada was pragmatic. Now, he did talk about how in the Vedic tradition there was extensive material knowledge. Even material technology was available. But when technology was to be used for the propagation of Krishna's mission, he did not say that, we have to use only the technology that is mentioned in the Vedas. No, whatever technology is available, use it. So at this one level, this is an example of Yukta Vairagya. So is it laziness? No. It is intelligent engagement. It is intelligence. It is intelligent discrimination to know where our endeavor should be put the best. So, the materialists will anyway create material facilities, and devotees, if they spend their energy in creating material facilities, then who will share the message of devotion? That's why devotees are energetic, devotees are tireless, but they want to use the energy in an optimum way. Prabhupada gives the example that when a very limited number of doctors are there on the war field, and there are Red Cross doctors are there, and there are many soldiers who are wounded and need attention, the doctors will focus on those. They will just neglect the hopeless cases, and they will focus their energy on those cases which are hopeful. So like that, just as there has to be in material life, focus of energy when energy is limited. Similarly, devotees know that our lifespan is limited, the number of devotees are limited, and the amount of endeavor that we can do has to be carefully chosen so that we can have maximum effect. That's why devotees just focus on using available things made available by materialist people in Krishna's service, and in this way we can ourselves practice bhakti without having to over endeavor for making material things, and we can also propagate bhakti effectively by using the best of the available material things which otherwise are anyway being used by materialistic people for propagating materialism. So both for our practice and for our effective practice, for our own growth and for our effective propagation for benefiting others, devotees avoid reinventing the wheel, but simply they use the wheel that is available. Thank you.